She was homeless. She couldn't walk, and she was celebrating her birthday completely alone. When the billionaire saw how she celebrated, his heart broke, and he did something no one expected. If stories like this touch your heart, like the video and subscribe to Inspiration Stories Box. The city lights glittered as cars rushed past, horns echoing through the cold evening air. People hurried home, carrying shopping bags, food boxes, and warm conversations. No one slowed down. No one looked twice, except one man. From the back seat of his luxury car, billionaire investor Daniel Wright stared out the window, lost in thought. Success had given him everything: money, power, respect. But tonight, it all felt empty. "Pull over," he suddenly said. His driver hesitated. "Sir?" "Right there," Daniel replied, pointing toward the sidewalk. Near a closed bakery sat a girl in a wheelchair. Her clothes were thin, worn, clearly donated. A small blanket barely covered her legs. Beside her, on an upside-down cardboard box, was something that Daniel's chest tightened. A cupcake. One cupcake. No candle, no frosting decorations, just a small, cracked smile drawn with icing, and beside it, a piece of folded paper. Daniel stepped out of the car. The girl noticed him and immediately straightened, fear flashing across her face. Homeless people were used to being chased away, judged, or ignored. "I'm sorry," she said quickly. "I'll move." Daniel raised his hand gently. "You don't have to." He glanced at the cupcake. "Is it your birthday?" The girl hesitated, then nodded. "Yes, sir. I found it in the trash behind the bakery. It was still wrapped." Her voice was calm, practiced, like she was used to explaining pain without emotion. "What's your name?" Daniel asked. "Maya. I am 17. Daniel swallowed. "And you're celebrating alone?" Maya smiled softly. "I like birthdays. Even if it's just me, at least it means I made it another year." Those words hit him harder than any business loss ever had. Daniel noticed the paper beside the cupcake. "What's that?" Maya hesitated, embarrassed. "It's my wish list." He unfolded it carefully. Warm blanket. A real birthday cake, just once. To go to school again. To walk one day. Daniel felt his throat tighten. "Why are you alone?" he asked gently. Maya looked away. "My mom died 2 years ago. After the accident, no one wanted to keep a disabled girl. Shelters are full. Sometimes they're not safe." Daniel clenched his jaw. All his life, people had celebrated him, applauded his achievements, toasted his success. And here sat a girl celebrating survival. He looked at her cupcake again. "May I sit?" he asked. Maya nodded, surprised. Daniel sat down on the cold pavement beside her. For the first time in years, he didn't feel rich. He felt human. Daniel pulled out a lighter from his pocket, the same one he carried for years but never used. "May I?" he asked, holding it toward the cupcake. Maya's eyes widened. "You'd light a candle?" Daniel smiled. "Every birthday deserves one." He called his driver quietly. Minutes later, a real cake arrived, warm, beautifully decorated, with candles glowing softly in the night. People passing by stopped. A homeless girl in a wheelchair, a billionaire kneeling beside her, a birthday cake on the sidewalk. Maya stared, stunned. "This is too much." Daniel shook his head. "It's not enough." They sang quietly. Maya closed her eyes as she made a wish. "What did you wish for?" Daniel asked. She smiled shyly. "I wished that someone would see me." Daniel felt tears burn his eyes. That night, he didn't just give money, he gave action. By morning, Maya woke up in a clean hospital room. Doctors explained her condition, something no one had bothered to do before. Her injury wasn't hopeless. With surgery and therapy, she had a real chance. Daniel arranged housing, education, counseling, a future. Weeks later, Maya rolled into a classroom for the first time in years. Months later, she stood, shaking, crying, but standing. And 1 year later, on her birthday, she cut a cake surrounded by friends, doctors, teachers, and one man who stopped his car. During the celebration, Maya rolled up to Daniel and said softly, "You didn't just change my life." She smiled through tears. "You gave me one." Daniel realized then, kindness wasn't charity, it was recognition. And sometimes, all it takes is noticing. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Inspiration Stories Box. Your support helps us share stories that remind the world what humanity looks like.